I've got to say, I'm in the middle of quite an alarming media storm. As Dan has said, you're actually seeing it live. I came onto KPI last year, and basically lots of things came together. So my pitch is, I'm Aidan Meller. I'm an art dealer that sells rare original works, everything from Picasso, Matisse, Chagall. I've been doing it for 20 years. I was originally at Sotheby's. And my goal, my aim, so I've got it right off pat, simply because I'm doing that year at KPI. So I've got that pitch well and truly in my system. However, one thing I didn't get involved with, and that is the creation of the actual art itself. The only thing that I've actually been involved with is the selling of art. So I made a decision that I would do that. I would get involved. By the time I get my 20th anniversary within the art world, I would actually get involved with the creation of art. So I asked a ridiculous question. How ridiculous is this question? If I'm going to get involved with the creation of art, how do you become a Picasso, a Warhol, a Hearst? Pick any, if you want the older ones, fine, a Constable, a Turner. Were they just lucky? Were they just in the right place at the right time? Did they have a particular education or money? So I did a crazy thing. I put their names on the wall, one by one, in a load of wallpaper that I stuck up. And I went through their lives, when they were born, where they were born, what education, what social, economic situation they were in. And I realized an incredible, an absolute epiphany. The epiphany was not one of the greatest artists in the entire world came up with their own idea. Dali didn't come up with the subconscious. Warhol didn't come up with the factories and the pop art. They just they mirrored what was already out there in society. So I thought, well, in the next 10 years, if that's how the greatest artists become greatest artists, what should I mirror that's already, what's the big trend out there already, just like these other artists did? After a huge amount of research, I'm doing this story right down, it's a much longer story, I realized that it was actually artificial intelligence is the next big thing that's going to hit and is hitting society. It changes jobs, there's lots of fear and worry about it. But like it or loathe it, it's coming in very fast. So once I realized that the greatest artists mirrored what was already out there as a big trend coming through, and I then got my big trend, which was AI, I then did a slightly mad thing, is I commissioned an artificial intelligent robot called Ada, after Ada Lovelace. And as a result of that, we then started producing AI art. I then came onto KPI. And KPI was unbelievable for me because I learned something called Capstone, this Capstone pitch. So what I did is I basically went onto PowerPoint and just followed the thing that goes round, as you just saw then. I then did my 1,000 pitches. And believe me, I've done a lot of pitching. And then got recommended, and just asked for a referral. At the end of each time, we asked for another referral. And then I was somebody else I met. So I did no advertising. I did everything on the NDA because I didn't want anybody else to steal my idea. And then last Monday, we went public for the first time. And it's been alarming. We went in every national paper. We went on to New York Times, New York Post, went all across America, been asked to be on the largest chat show in America. We're going to go in a couple of months to their big chat show. Been asked to go to Japan to their chat show. Don't know what it is about chat shows. We got particularly big hit in China. This is all from last Monday. This morning, I quickly looked onto YouTube. There's now 30-odd videos about Ada and her drawing. And it's gone completely mental. But because I've been doing this 1,000 pitches, an absolute torrent because of this social proof coming through. So we've sold over £1 million of artwork, pre-sold, in this last few months. And I'm doing something like 50 to 100,000 pounds a day at the moment with people saying, we'll buy art now, please. And the ones that said no have now come back because they've seen the social proof that it's the first.
Did you hear that correctly? Yeah.
So I'm a bit overwhelmed. So if you want to go and Google it, you'll see it all for yourself. If you just put Ada Robot into Google, you'll see it all there. And like I say, we're now having to handle it. We're doing a press day per week. They've got enough press wanting to queue up to have an hour in each one. And we're doing one press day per week. I was just selling pictures. For 20 years I did that, but it was using the Capstone. And I'm not just saying that as an endorsement, I'm being completely authentic. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't know how to get the vehicle out there, even if it's a great idea. So it's the fact that I had this incredible magnitude of a clear path of being able to show it. The way what's really funny, I've got my old PowerPoint that I used before I discovered Capstone. It's a little bit different. I didn't have a clue, really. So to actually have such a clear way of being able to do the Capstone and go through each point, and yeah, my average conversion rate, I am a salesperson for the last 20 years, my average conversion was about 1 in 3. It's now 1 in 1. Nearly everybody who hears about, who goes through the pitch, buys. Because it's very accessible. It's 5, 10, 25, 50 and 100,000. So most people can do 5 at least. So they come on board because they can see actually that now we've just been asked by a museum to display the work. It just goes on. I shouldn't say which television show because I'm under NDA, but you'll see in April and May a whole load of television shows that are going to showcase Ada. And she talks, she's uncannily real, she's terrifying. And she produces art. And she's the first ultra-realistic robot artist in the world. We made history, so that was pretty exciting.
So, yeah.
So the only thing I would say is if you have got something that you want to get out there, I would not hesitate at all to do KPI. It's changed my life because I've been able to get it out there. I could have come up with all this and then not told anybody properly, and then it wouldn't have happened. So if you're wanting that structure, I'd certainly go for it. And if you want to give me your business card in the break, I am going to be genuinely closing it in about a week's time. And the reason for that is I've got to produce this art. I've got a lot of expectation on me now. So if I don't produce amazing work, it's going to be a nightmare. So I'm actually closing sales in a week. So if you are interested, do give me your business card. And I think there's my details up there as well. So but do grab hold of them.
Thank you.